So you must have already seen my part 1 of this series, and that is why maybe you have clicked for part 2, right? So I have already discussed about relative and absolute references in my part 1 series. So if you have not checked that, please go ahead and check that and then come back here, because I am again going to refresh your minds in a different way, the relative and absolute references, and together with that I'm also going to discuss about the mixed references. So these are the 3 different types of reference types that everyone, I would say, all of us, whether you are a student, whether you are working in some office, or you are having your own small business, or you are in IT or HR, or you are a school teacher, so for that matter you need to know some of the basics of Excel, because I can assure you each one of us have to deal with data every day, right? So you need to exactly know how to do it. And I have seen people struggling, how do I do this? I don't know, I have to do it manually, oh my god. No, that's not the way. We have to be smart and we have to know how to do it. So let's go about doing this session, and please go through the entire video, because otherwise you're not going to learn the concepts if you just skip and go through the video. Okay, so without much ado, let's jump into my laptop.
So here in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the reference types. Now, we are confused. We don't know what is a reference type, right? So let's see what is a reference type. Okay, so basically you have in Excel a relative type and an absolute type, and then you can have mixtures of that. So in the first variant, so that you have here, like I said, B1, so it means that both the columns and the row both can change. So in the example here, so the value will keep on changing as we move from one cell to another. The next variant that we have is we have an absolute B and an absolute 1. So here both the columns and the rows do not change. So just mind what I'm saying here. We are actually locking the values of both the column and the row. The next variant that we have is a mixture of absolute and a relative value. So it is absolute B1. So what it means is we are locking the value of column B, but the row number can change. The next part that we have is B absolute 1. So we are fixing the row, whereas the column number can change, okay, or the column value can change. Okay, so that's the last kind of type that we have. And just for your knowledge, when we want to use the absolute value, we denote it by a dollar sign. So whenever you have a dollar sign in front of an alphabet or in front of a number, it means that you are basically fixing the reference of that particular value. Okay, so I know it is still not clear. So until and unless we go through a practical example, we will not be understanding this concept. So let's jump into the worksheet that we were using. So here is the worksheet that we are using for our tutorials and for our lectures. So if you are following my lectures, please use this particular sheet. Okay, and if I get 200 comments and shares, then I will definitely make this particular worksheet available to you guys. Okay, so please keep on commenting and say what you are learning, how you are learning, and the various relative and absolute values. If you can give your examples and let me know how you would love to use those in your way. Okay, so in this sheet I have created 4 different worksheets: B, then absolute B absolute 1, then absolute B 1, and then B absolute 1. Okay, so I'm coming to the first worksheet here. So I have a set of few numbers. So what I want to do here is I want to give equal to, and then I want to give this multiplied by this particular cell, and I press tab and I get this number, right? And then what I do is I just give it I use the shortcut and I just double click it so that all the values populate. So in case you are not knowing how to do this, you can refer to one of my previous videos where I have clarified how we actually do this. Okay, so notice here that we have B1 multiplied by C1. So let's come here and press F2 here and see what it takes. It takes B4 multiplied by C4. So what is happening is the relative value is changing as and when I am moving from, say, row 1 to row 4. Okay, so if I am here and I press F4, if I'm here and I press F2, see, it's B9 multiplied by C9. Okay, so the relative value is changing. So that's the relative concept. Okay, now I want to move to the next type that I said, that is absolute B, absolute 1. Okay, so I have the set of values here or set of numbers here, and I have say a number 10 here. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to give equal to, and then I want this multiplied by this. Okay, fine. So till now we are into relative. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to press F4. It gives me absolute B, absolute 1. Okay, so this is what we want, right? Press tab. So what it does is it takes the value A3 and then it multiplies by this particular cell. Okay, and when I double click this, it fills up the rows. So I am say here and I press F2. So see what happens. It takes the relative value A7 and then it multiplies by absolute B, absolute 1. So whatever is, wherever I am, you would see that the value of the second part of the formula does not change. It is fixing that value as 10. Okay, so here it is 10 multiplied by 24, and that is 240. Okay, and that is same across. So what happens if I say select all this, okay, and I move it like this. Okay, so I am here and I press F2. So D8, so that is the relative value that is changing from that particular cell, and notice this part, this is not changing. It is still B, $1. That means it is locking this value here. Okay, so this is the concept of $B, $1, that is absolute B, absolute 1. So whenever you want to use a particular value and you want to fix that value, you don't want that value to change in anywhere in your calculation, you have to use absolute B, absolute 1. Okay, so the tip was that to get the absolute B, absolute 1, you have to click F4 once. Okay, so if you have not followed that, come to the next worksheet and you will definitely understand. So coming to the next one, that is absolute B1. So what it means is my column is fixed, but my row can change. Okay, so I have this numbers, set of numbers, and then what I want is equal to, then I have say this multiplied by say this. Okay, and to get $B1, I have to press F4. I pressed it once, then twice. Okay, so you press F4 twice and then you come to $1. Okay, and then again if you press another time, that is 3 times, then you come to $B1, and that is the desired one, right? So we get $B1. Okay, then press tab. Okay, so you get 12. You get the values here. I double clicked it so that the values populate, and then let me take this and drag it forward, so that all these values change, get populated. Okay, so see what is happening. So if I'm here and I press F2, it takes the relative value C5 multiplied by absolute B5, and that is what it was, right? Let's take another one. So here if I press F2, then it says C11 then multiplied by $B11. So our B does not change, so our row is fixed. So our column is fixed as $B, and the row is a variable, and the row is keep on changing. Okay, so I take another value from here. Say I press here F2, you can see here F12 multiplied by $B12. So in this case, whenever you have a situation wherein you want to lock the value of the column, then you have to use $B, and then the next part of the formula, that is where it holds the column value, that will be a variable here. Okay, so I hope you understood this. So just comment below and share with your friends who are struggling with these concepts. Okay, that will really help me. The next one you have is B absolute 1. Okay, again I have a set of values here. So what I do here is equal to, and then I give this multiplied by this. Okay, and I want $1, so I press F4 once, no, then F4 twice, and then I get $1. Okay, so you press it twice, you get 264. I drag it forward and then I bring it down. Okay, so I get huge numbers here, right? So see what is happening. So if I say I am in this particular cell and I press F2, I get D4 and then multiplied by $1. Okay, so in this case the row is fixed as $1, right? So let me take another value here, F5 multiplied by $1. So in this case again the row is fixed, not the column. Okay, so
please comment below and let me know which reference types or absolute or mixed you have used. Okay, and if you are still with me, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click that notification bell, because you will not get notified if I create the video. Okay, so please help my channel grow. Thank you.